Hey, welcome to BenjiManTV, and today I'm going to be talking about why organic food. The truth, the facts, the myths, and I've got the RawBrahs here. You want to introduce yourself?
My name is T Mango. My name is Danimal from the RawBrahs.
Yeah, and these guys are like, I wouldn't necessarily say just organic experts, they're just food experts, and because they've traveled all over the country, in the world in some cases, right? And they know a lot about food. When I say organic, I don't want people to think that organic just means the sticker on the banana, right? Or the label on the milk carton.
We're going beyond labels here.
The whole point of buying organic is like what T Mango said earlier. It's things that we should already expect from our food. Like way back in the day, everything was already organic, right? And when I say thinking about buying organic, buying from your local farms, right? Growing your own fruits and vegetables, knowing you're not spraying any insecticides or pesticides or using chemicals. And you know, if all else fails and you only have a grocery store to go to, knowing that that label is there to protect you and hopefully, you know, give you more tastier food, why not? And that's in a nutshell what I think organic means and why we're even making this video. Why I buy organic, reason number one, it is safe. It's you know, when you get an organic product, you're getting the assurance that they're not using harmful pesticides, insecticides, herbicides. They're not putting in harmful chemicals, and they're not using like really harsh artificial fertilizers. Basically, you're avoiding all the things you already would expect not to be in your food. So why wouldn't you want it, right? And when you get that label, they have to abide by certain standards. These farms that grow these vegetables, fruits, even dairy and meat products, they're not allowed to use those things. So personally, I would never want those things in my food in the first place. So that's the number one reason why I buy organic foods.
It's amazing that certain fruits could actually be dangerous for you.
Yeah.
If you're eating a fig or a peach or a nectarine that's been sprayed with loads of pesticides, those are very absorbable fruits, and they can absorb a lot of those toxic chemicals into their skin, directly through their skin. So that's another good reason for sure to stick with the organic produce when you can.
The government isn't just letting them spray all these chemicals to the point where you're gonna die. Obviously, they have to pass some standards, right? And they say that it's so minimal, the amount of chemicals or pesticides that actually get transferred to the human. But the thing is, I don't want any of that at all.
Exactly.
100%, right?
Yeah, some non-organic farms, you can see people wearing face masks and protective gear to keep themselves separated from what they're spraying on the food.
Oh yeah.
And you see all these gnarly sprayers on the food, and it's just like real kind of eerie.
Yeah.
As opposed to an organic farm, it's a smaller most of the time, and the gardener may be walking around barefoot, and you can hear all the birds chirping and the insects whispering to each other.
It's like a Disney movie?
Like a Disney movie, exactly.
Reason number two for buying organic foods or trying to get organic products is it's typically more healthy. And the reason it's more healthy is because when you can't use chemical herbicides or pesticides, all that, or chemical fertilizers, you have to use natural ways to grow your food. And those natural ways typically actually enhance the nutrient content of the fruits and vegetables. So if you're eating fruits and vegetables, for example, because you know it's healthy for you, why wouldn't you want the fruits and vegetables that have more nutrients in them? Especially things like dairy products or meat products. When you're getting like organic grass-fed meat, there's a lot more nutrients there for the body to be able to you know, soak in versus non-organic products. So
exactly, if you look at animal products as an assimilation of other nutrients, like some people think like this raw milk I'm drinking would be grass juice because basically this cow is eating organic and grass-fed all its life, that you would not want your animals to be eating crappy foods or foods that are sprayed with pesticides or an incorrect diet. You want that organic animal products too.
Having that label is important if you're in a place where you don't have access to the source, right? Like
exactly.
You can't talk to the farmer, or you know, you don't know how it's grown. The certification is like minimal faith that you're getting a healthy food that was hopefully raised or grown in a not only eco-friendly way, but more importantly, a healthy way, safe way,
without
right?
pesticides, hopefully
Exactly.
a nutrient-dense soil.
And I like what you said there. Even with that small chance that it is better, I'll take that.
Exactly, right? Put it simply, there's more nutrients in organic foods, and that's why I buy organic. So locality, right? Which you guys are huge on, especially you. What do you have to say about that?
I mean, I just think if you are stationed in your hometown and you have access to local farms, I would say this is a way to go beyond organic.
Yeah.
I think the organic label is more for maybe the not the fully educated consumer, and they don't have time. They have a full-time job, and they don't have time to go to farms and actually see where their food's coming from. But and that's where I think you can get into some really quality foods, where these farmers didn't necessarily have the finances or all the time and effort to go through all the organic labeling loopholes and all this stuff they have to do, all the paperwork, but they're growing just as quality or better quality food.
And basically, you know, when you buy it locally, you're buying fruits, vegetables, even like dairy and meat products that are at the peak of freshness, right?
Oh, yeah.
They're ripened on
sure.
the vine, right? When it's true ripening on the vine, they're picking them off the fruits and vegetables. So the whole idea about buying organics is because you want more healthier food, more tastier food, and you can't get more tastier than when something's picked at the peak of freshness and it doesn't travel thousands of miles, right?
Whether
like
a hot truck.
yeah,
or,
I personally do buy organic stuff that's like shipped from New Zealand or Mexico, only because I don't have access any other way, right? And the nutrients are always most, like, what do you say, maximized when they're when they grow on the plant versus if they're just sitting on a truck.
And if you just think about it, whether it's a leafy green or a vegetable, when you first pick it right from whether it's the tree trunk or the stem, it's still connected to its life force there. It's getting all its nutrients from those roots and stems and trunks. And that's when it's going to be the most nutrient dense, right off the tree. And if you're growing your own food, or if you're actually going to the farm to pick your own food, that would be top dog right there.
Ideal.
Yeah. So the last thing we want to talk about is where you can actually find organic foods. Now, just recapping, organic doesn't just mean the label. There's a lot of sources for organic foods. First one, obviously, is your grocery store and the organic labeled or organic certified foods. That label is certifying that they follow certain standards to give you organic or healthy, tastier, safe food to eat. So it's a good place to start. That's where I started. But as you actually look into it, there's a lot of other places you can get safe, healthy food that's tasty. That's not necessarily labeled organic, but I would definitely define it as organic. And you want to hit on that?
A lot of the farmers that we live nearby are pretty much growing beyond organic food, and they can't even call themselves certified organic because there's a big process to become certified organic, including a huge fee, an annual fee that these farmers have to pay. That's very expensive. So farmers actually have an incentive to not label themselves certified organic unless they think that label is going to produce a larger yield for them. So yeah, even though it's not labeled certified organic, a lot of the times if you're going to the farms themselves, you can find actually beyond organic food, meaning like even better than certified organic.
And then where we're from, as you mentioned, in Athens, Georgia, probably other smaller towns across the United States, they have a different labeling system they use called certified naturally grown. Instead of being certified by the government, you're actually certified by other farmers. So it's a farmer-run system, less money involved, less government involved, and more just love and neighbors. It's like a much more local type of thing. So in Georgia, we actually use certified naturally grown, preferably over organic, but it's the same principle.
Going to local farmers markets, even if they're not labeled organics, a lot of farmers, they just want to practice good organic practices so that their food is healthy, and obviously they want their customer to keep buying from them. A third one too is just growing your own vegetables, growing your own fruits. I've seen in your guys' videos, a lot of people that host you, they'll have their own chickens, right? Yeah. I've seen you guys pick fruit off of people's trees right in their yards. You guys got anything to talk about that as another source of organic food?
It reminds me of Chris, what we call Chris the blueberry guru, and he just grows enough blueberries for the locals. Right in his yard. We were lucky enough to go visit him and pick the freshly picked blueberries. Amazing. And there's endless examples like that, even just from people that are not farmers, but they just have a plum tree in their yard. Obviously,
Yeah.
that's not going to come with a certified organic sticker.
Yeah, yeah.
But they're not spraying anything on it. It's just like a wild tree, and those are the best, the ones that grow on their own without the help.
So you heard the reasons why we buy organic. You heard the reasons why not to buy unorganic products, where you can buy organic products, and why we even buy organic, just in the general sense that it's healthier, it's safer, it's tastier, and it's not just the label, it's where it comes from. I do it because I just want to be healthy. I want to feed my family healthy things, and I want to live a long time. And you know, when you invest the money to buy good products for your body now, you spend less money on medical bills and medical treatments later, and that's what it's all about.
I totally agree. It's definitely a form of health assurance rather than getting all caught up in health insurance.
Yeah.
And I just agree with everything that Benji just said there. And hopefully what will happen is you maybe start with looking for organic produce, and then you'll get this infatuation, or that you'll start getting encouraged to look into your own food, and maybe you'll meet some farmers, and then that step will lead to you growing your own food. And that's really what it's coming down to. That I think the only true source of organic food is what you grow with your own hands.
Yep. I mean, out of all the things that we put importance on in life, work, play, social life, whatever, it's really, it comes down to one major thing. It's nutrition. You know, if we all were put in this situation, we would want to be able to feed ourselves. So start taking those steps to get more in touch with your land. Maybe start a compost, start your garden. Just get in touch with your local farmer.
Yeah. Basically, that organic label is going to make you more aware, period. We're here at Carlton Farms here in Marysville, Washington, and it's a local farm near where I live in the Seattle area. They actually grow a lot of their own produce here. They also get produce and dairy, meat products from other local farms in the area, so make sure you check it out. This is BenjiManTV. Make sure you subscribe. Go check out these guys on youtube.com/RawBrahs. I'll put their link down below. Anything you guys want to say?
That Seattle sun is shining right now.
Oh yeah.
It's hard to leave something like this. I can see why people live up here permanently for weeks like this.
Yeah. But we're missing one of the RawBrahs. I did a video with him earlier on raw milk. That's a whole nother topic,
Yeah,
so we won't get started on that.
But
That drink's for him.
yeah.
You have to pour it out for him though. You can't drink it. It's kind of sucks.
I can pour it on
No, I'm just
activities.